So here we have it, right? Here's a CM branded battery star. Like I mentioned, for other regions, it'll be Yale branded. Same exact hoist, different branding and logo decal on it. Mentioned how light it is, right? Try to do this with any other 1-ton hoist. Good luck. If you look down below, I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but here's a typical Lodestar 1-ton, right? Just the size comparison is tremendously different. You're not going to want to carry it around. That hoist right there is over 100 pounds. So you're not going to lift that up. I talked about the inverted operation of this hoist. So again, if you imagine, this is my anchor point that I want to go to. Not the easiest thing. I mean, can I lift it up and get it up there? Yeah. Tell you what, this is a lot easier though. All right, if I want to go ahead and lift that up there, now I can use the hoist itself. So the M18 battery packs, this is a 12 amp hour battery that comes with the hoist. You could order the hoist as well without a battery and charger. So call it a bare tool or a hoist only. But very easy to start up, right? I'm just going to go ahead and connect it, slide it into the battery compartment, click it in. Right, and then it does have a battery door on the back to completely seal out that battery compartment. You can see the blue light that came on here. That is actually the 1 key. I talked about the 1 key application that through Milwaukee Tool that connects to your phone. So right now you can go in, register this hoist, put it into your list of products within the app, and it gives all that access for tracking. The maintenance reminders, things like that are all built into that 1 key. So again, the inverter operation, so the remote that comes with it, it does have the stop on it for turning off the complete remote and everything. You turn it back on. Very easy to go ahead and start up the hoist. Put it in the battery, hit the button, it's going to blink just a few times. You'll hear it beep, right? That's telling you that it's all connected. You're ready to go. Right, so now I'm ready to operate the hoist. And that's all it takes. And now you can see, right? So I mentioned about the ability to control the speed of the hoist. So I can go ahead and inch this hoist. Right, so it's very easy. If you can imagine, I'm trying to control or position something very closely. You have a tremendous control over the speed and where it's stopping at on it. Mentioned the icons on it. So here's your icon screen. Real quick, I'll show everyone. Right, you can see whenever I turn it on, you'll see them flash real quick. All right, so you can see there's 4 icons across there. That first icon, again, is the battery light indicator. So once this battery comes to about 25% capacity left, that light will start blinking at you. Again, should have enough time to go ahead, finish what you're doing, finish your lift, and then whenever you're done, go ahead and swap out that battery. With this inverted type operation, again, most likely I'm going to be right by the load, whether it's on the ground or up in the air. Or maybe do something with that load, so now I should be right there, accessible to go ahead and swap out that battery. It does have that overload indication light on there. That light will illuminate if you're picking up over the rated capacity, so over 1 ton of capacity. It'll illuminate, the hoist beeps at you, and stops operation. It'll allow you to lower it, but you cannot lift the load anymore. The next light is just the general warning light, and then that last light is that inspection reminder. So that inspection reminder is set up within the 1 key app. Depending on your operation, the monthly, quarterly, yearly intervals that you may need for that, set up in there, light will start blinking at you saying, hey, your inspection is coming up or it's due. So again, reduces that need to have to go out and track that information elsewhere, whether it's spreadsheet, manually, whatever it might be. You can see the chain on this hoist. Again, this is a 1 ton capacity hoist. It's a much smaller chain that you would see than you see typically on, say, a coughing hoist or a traditional CM hoist. That is done on purpose for, again, that weight, the capacity. And the reason why we can go a little bit smaller is, again, that duty cycle. I talked about this being a 1 CM hoist, 200-hour hoist, 20% duty cycle. That allows us to go to a slightly smaller chain. If you were to use this chain, say, on a traditional Lodestar, you just wear it out a lot quicker. But that also allows us, again, a much lower weight capacity and allows us to shrink everything down for this particular hoist. Talked about the inspection for the brake. So you can see one of the accesses right here. So the brake is right behind this section right here. Allows you to take off one screw. I can go in, I can see the brake, can remove any debris, anything like that. Very easy to access. This is the motor side of the hoist. So again, if I remove this cover right here, that'll allow me access to that manually lowering of the hoist. So you, again, a 3/16 bit, put that on a drill, will allow you to lower the load if you were in an instance where a load was stuck up in the air. Other than that, for pairing on the hoist, so remote, so say you get a remote that was damaged or lost and you need to put a new hoist or pair a new remote, it's very easy. There's a button on the back side in here, press and hold that for about 6 seconds, it'll blink to you, go through its operation. It's gonna find the closest hoist to you that is powered up, and it's gonna try to pair to that one. So if you are pairing a new remote, we do recommend you take batteries out of other hoists. So if I had 3 hoists right here, all powered up, it's gonna try to pick the one that's closest to it, which may not be the one that you want to. So if you take the batteries out of the other hoist, obviously it's gonna pair to the one that you want to. And once it's paired, you heard the beeping before whenever I started up, it'll beep to you, telling you that, hey, I'm paired, we're ready to go. The limits on it, so it does have upper and lower limits. So these are the little switches that you see here. So depending on when it hits either the hook end or the chain stop that's in the end of the bag, that's where it's going to stop. Obviously, you could put additional chain stops along the way. If you wanted to stop it in the middle, just put an extra chain stop there, and that can act as your stopping point. Again, just to show the battery and where it fits. Again, this is a 12 amp hour battery. You can fit any of the other batteries that they have in the M18, so a 5 amp hour or 6 amp hour. 12 amp hour is definitely the recommended one for the operation, application, run times, and everything that we're trying to look for. 12 amp is the battery that you want to do. If they did, say run out of battery and had a 5 amp hour battery sitting there, pop it in there, it'll work. Just not going to get the run time that you want out of it. This particular unit does have this swivel hook on it, right? So that is one of the options is a swivel hook. This also could be a rigid hook, depending on application and what they're looking for. It's fairly easy to swap out. There's just a 1 bolt, 1 pin on this back side here. Pull that out, hook comes out, put a new hook in.